Quick video relating to Russian ships arrive in Cuba as Cold War allies strengthen their ties, and over the past year they strengthened their ties. And Al Jazeera report talking about pretty much Russian flexing their muscle. They're giving it, or flexing their muscle right in U.S.'s backyard about 90 miles west of Key West, which is Cuba, man. Al Jazeera report talking about that. U.S. submarine pulls into Guantanamo Bay the day after Russian warships arrived in Cuba. As you had U.S. Navy ships docked and followed after, relating to the submarines there as well. You know what I mean? Here's some other reports relating to Turkey. They've been in NATO since NATO member since 1952, and they're thinking about relating to the direction of BRICS. You know what I mean? And that's the second biggest of the NATO armies. The U.S. is first and Turkey second. So, and a lot of the BRIC nations. They having a summit relating to October 2024. We got 7 nations that actually 40. We're talking about consideration, and 7. Here they are. I probably named this before in previous videos I did. Some of these countries: Cameroon, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Syria, Thailand, Zimbabwe. That's 7 of them relating to this October, relating to having a summit meeting in October 2024. And you have 40 nations with 7. You know what I mean? And really just addition of nations, man. And so with Turkey is a major hub point, a center point, from a strategical location. So it's a vital area for them, you know what I mean? And they feel that through the years, as a report is here, that the abuse and pretty much a lack of promises relating to EU, Turkey's thinking about going in a different direction, specifically towards the BRICS, man. So that would be a major blow, because Turkey's the largest of the second of the largest of the NATO's. Number 1 is U.S. So you know that would be a very and you have relating to Saudi Arabia, they're breaking off. Let me see that video. Let's read the information on the video scene. Let me see if I see it. A 50-year. Let me see. I'm not going to go to the video. I'm just going to read the information. Saudi Arabia just changed the entire future of the U.S. dollar when it decided to end this 50-year agreement with the U.S. in the petrodollar. Saudi Arabia is now looking to BRICS and China for their future new multipolar world, and their purpose really is to start up a new financial system collectively, using different facets of options, alternatives relating to financially, where they can where they won't have to be under the strangulation and tentacles financially of the U.S., man. You know, I mean, be under the sanctional aspect, you know, the tentacles and the grip, financial grip and strangulation of the West, man. And that's why they're doing this. Their goal is to ultimately de-dollarize the dollar. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna read the parts. So Saudi Arabia is now looking to BRICS and China for the future in their new multipolar world. Then you have, we'll say, what Turkey, while saying what Turkey is good information. This is a Cyrus Jennison video report, both of them. Reading. Turkey to join BRICS is official. Turkey is moving away from the EU and will move closer to the BRICS. And China, Russia, and Turkey been a NATO member since what? 1952. And this is the first time we've seen NATO members shift away from the US and EU to move closer to BRICS. What does that mean for the future of Europe and the geopolitical around the world, man? It's also, so it'll be a major shift, man. You know what I mean? Relating, especially, financially and economically, man. Going back to what I was at. So we're relating to Russia and China. Right in the backyard, submarines right in the backyard. Let me see that video report. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. This is just news. You had major 20 inches of rain and plus in southern Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, different area portions of the South and Florida. It's majorly flooded down there, man. That's a Fox weather report. Torrential rain and flooding, man, which can happen anywhere, even here in this area, this area of Florida. You know what I mean? Little information. Rare protests in Cuba over power and food. U.S. opens a bank into private Cuban businesses to boost small firms. Russian Navy vessels to dock in Havana, which is the capital. Insist no threat. Havana's on the top portion. The bottom will be Guantanamo Bay at the bottom. Russian Navy fleet, including the frigates, nuclear power sub, arrives in Cuba. So pronounced as Cuba. Here's right here. Analysts have said Moscow's move is largely calculated. So it's planned out, calculated to what? Flexes naval and military, Russian naval military muscle, and just to put a mock and scuff at the U.S. being close to his backyard. We'll read it again. Analysts have said Moscow's move is largely calculated to flex naval muscle in the U.S.'s backyard. Cuba's what? 90 miles west of Key West, man. There's other reports right here. So close, man. These submarines are all over the world. They spying on each other, different things. U.S. submarines, foreign submarines, they always spying on each other. So probably have some in the Gulf. You have someone on east coast side, on the east coast side of the Atlantic. So they all over the place, man. You know what I mean? So anyway, detachment comes from after escalating tensions between Russia and U.S. following President Joe Biden's decision in May to allow Ukraine to attack Russian targets with American weapons, man. So, and plus, the sanctions, when they seized that money, Russian assets, they were giving it back to using some of that money relating to paying for help, give money to Ukraine and different things, man. So that doesn't make exactly Russia happy either, as well, man. Let me see. I'm gonna get a scripture real quick. How close it is, Havana Port. Key West is at that bottom in that area. So real close, man. 90 miles. It's the closest point. That's Havana. Down here, more south, will be Guantanamo Bay if you go down there to the bottom. So that's Havana right there. You have Key West is up in that area. So it's 90 miles kilometer. Okay. It's relating to some report on that. And pretty much to flex his muscle, to show off, and show that, we can get close to you at any time, man. So it's, just point of a form of mocking the opposition, in a matter of speaking, man. Let me go to scripture real quick. Let me go to Revelations. Bilateral trade between Cuba and Russia reached 400 million in 2022, and 3 times in 2021. Yeah, so their partnership has grown and closer over the past few years, man. We have we can get Revelations real quick. Revelations. Let me get Ezekiel first. Let me get that one first. Ezekiel 38. We get Ezekiel 38. Since it's close to home, I'll read this one. This is what the sovereign Lord says. On that day, thoughts, which is imaginations, will come into your mind, and you will devise an evil scheme. So the Lord's going to put certain things in the mind of the opposition, man. Scripture says, king's heart, he controls the king's heart and turn it whatsoever, like the river, man. In Proverbs 21. So he's going to devise, that goes to plan or scheme, man. And you will invade a land of unwalled villages, which are towns. And another scripture says you will invade a helpless country. That's the GNT version. You will invade a helpless country where the people are in safety and security with no defenses, man. That's the GNT one. So you're going to invade that helpless country in the land of unwalled villages, and will attack a peaceful, suspecting people, all of them living without walls and without gates and bars. And that's with no defenses, no barriers, no security, man. And you will plunder and loot and turn my hand against the resettled ruins and the people gathered from the nations, rich in livestock and goods, and live in the center of the land. That's what that is. This is the NIV, which is the New International Version. The other version was the GNT, which is a Good News translation. So these other countries saying we're going to invade that helpless country, man. The Lord is putting the spirit on them to start doing certain things, man. To get closer to their areas, which should be very restrictive, but it's not, because it's open borders. Go to Revelations real quick. Let me go to Jeremiah real quick. I'll get to Revelation 16. Let me get to Jeremiah first. Number 50. Let me see. All right. Jeremiah 51:7. And Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and made all the earth drunken through its philosophy, ideologies, its ways, the Western ways. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. So the nations are turning on, relating to they're mad because they're relating to these things, man. They realizing this is the ways of the West, man, is not good, man. So the nations are mad, so they have a problem with the America ways, man. And that's what you're seeing, man. You're seeing that division, the variance being set up, you know what I mean, upon these nations, man. You know? Revelation 17:16. We think part of that, the financial aspect, you seeing these nations break off from using the dollar. They don't want to use the dollar no more. They don't want to deal with the dollar. They want to break off and use other forms of financial commodity, man. So that's part of that separation, man. The 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, they shall hate the whore, and they hate the whore. Even his own allies are beginning to hate it. They're going to turn. You know, this is what the scripture says. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So she's going to be left desolate, man. You're going to turn against her through what? Their weaponry, missiles and stuff, man. So they're gonna destroy them, man. You know what I mean? These nations, other nations. The Lord, Scripture talks about that. Lord is that Scripture talk about He's going to put in their heart to devise an evil scheme. You know, and part of that evil scheme is going against relating to going against America, man. The missiles turning against that spirit, that's part of that division. So, and you're seeing that. You're seeing the beginning of financial division relating to these nations, man. You know what I mean? They tire of the bullying and tactics of the U.S. What in this relating to a sanctional aspect, and relating to this global influence. You know, forcing them to comply to different things, man. And lack of compliance would be through using forms of sanctions, man, to get them in line in a matter of speaking. So these nations are mad. You know what I mean? So these nations are mad. So the Lord's going to put an evil thought and devise a plan, evil thought in the plan of these nations to turn against Babylon. Babylon is America, man. You know what I mean? That's what that is, man. It's starting from a financial aspect. You're seeing it, man. All right, that was something short, real quick. I want to give all praise, Yahweh Shem Makakadash. Desire Wolf. Hope it helps whoever listens relating to information. Dua for the men and truth relating to this truth of knowledge, so we know this truth of knowledge. Dua Yahweh Shem shall put in the spirit of men and truth on down, so we may all learn this truth of knowledge, able to learn this truth of knowledge. And call Yahweh Shem Makakadash. Give all praise, Yahweh Shem Makakadash. Desire Wolf. I hope it helps in some way, inshallah.